All right, let's start with some inputs that have just come in, where the senior U.S. diplomat Alice Wells will be visiting India as a part of her trip to Asia. Now, Wells is, of course, the acting Assistant Secretary for South and Central Asian Affairs and is currently in Pakistan to discuss the Afghan peace process. Now, the State Department has confirmed that she will also be visiting India as well. Now, this will be the first visit by a senior U.S. diplomat after India's decision to abrogate Article 370. Now, Wells will be holding bilateral consultations on various issues of mutual interest. Now, she will reportedly also be meeting with the business and with the civil society leaders as well. All right, now for more on this, we joined in by my colleague Siddhant Sibal, who's been tracking the developments very closely for us. Good morning to you, Siddhant. Now, Alice Wells is presently in Pakistan, but now she's also decided to visit India as well. Now, has this decision been taken in the wake of India having abrogated Article 370?
Well, the State Department has announced today that she will be visiting India. I mean, it doesn't seem there's a link between the Indian decision on Jammu and Kashmir and, of course, her visit. But by and large, this is the first visit by any senior State Department officials coming to India. So that is why it's important, and of course coming in the back of India's decision to change the status of Jammu and Kashmir, and of course an agitated Pakistan, because we have seen what Pakistan has done in the last 12 hours, including taking action on diplomatic front and expelling India's envoy to Pakistan. But by and large, the American side is not only going to discuss what has happened in the past few days, but also the issue of counter-terrorism, because that is something both the American side and the Indian side are working together, and they have convergence on this view. We know that a few hours ago, there was a statement from Washington, from the Foreign Affairs Committee, saying that Islamabad should take a strong action when it comes to the issue of terrorism, stop supporting terrorist activities, providing base to them on its territory, and of course, no retaliation should be taken by the Pakistani side, which seems to be very agitated.
Absolutely, indeed, and also considering the fact, Siddhant, that this was not a meeting that had earlier been planned, and it is coming in the wake of certain developments that have taken place. Do we at this point of time know as to what the agenda of Alice Wells' visit to India is?
Well, whenever such kind of visit happens, they do meet India's top officials, and I do expect they're meeting the Foreign Secretary, and of course the Foreign Secretary will be raising the issue of cross-border terrorism, something that has been top of the mind of New Delhi for a pretty long time. But of course the Afghan peace process as well, because we know the US Special Envoy on Afghanistan, Zalmay, was in India, and of course yesterday only he tweeted that New Delhi has an important role when it comes to the Afghan peace process. For the first time, the American side publicly acknowledging that New Delhi has a major role in the Afghan peace process. This was his, of course, third visit to New Delhi in this year itself, and is important given the fact that we now know that the Taliban and the American side are going to hammer a deal in few days' time that can see American troops leave the landlocked South Asian country.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Siddhant, for joining us and getting us all those updates. We'll, of course, be tracking the visit of Alice Wells very closely. But for the time being, let's now shift our attention to some other stories now, where Pakistan thinks that it has scored some kind of a diplomatic victory by snapping ties with India. But the United States has now reminded Pakistan that this is not necessarily the case. Now, a statement released by the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the U.S. House of Representatives has given Pakistan a bit of a reality check. It is very clear and concise. The statement asks Pakistan to refrain from any retaliatory aggression. Now, here the U.S. specifies that supporting infiltration across the line of control is an absolute no-go. The United States has also asked the Pakistani government to take concrete action against terror on its own soil. So all the hollow moral high ground claimed by Pakistan has been punctured by the United States. Now, the US's warning comes just a day after the arrival of senior diplomat Alice Wells. Wells is presently in Pakistan to discuss the Afghan peace process, but sources indicate that the Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan will, of course, be raising the issue of abrogation of Article 370 in the Kashmir Valley with her. Now, the statement has also said that the decision to abrogate Article 370 provides India with great opportunity to demonstrate the importance of equal rights for all citizens.